Welcome to a TRE session. Here there's another long one that's sped up quite a bit, and that'll start soon. Got the headphones in with some music that I've included in the description for all the videos. I'm using the bilateral playlist. Highly recommend with headphones. And so here I'm going in the standard lying on my back position, although with my hands up. And even though I've been experiencing newness with other positions, this position really allows me to surrender, and I'm learning to surrender better and better. I'm caring less and less about what's happening in certain parts of my body and trying to orient my position to address that. I'm caring more about overall surrender. And I'll make a distinction between overall surrender and putting attention on certain parts of the body. So as we start out in this practice, it's best to develop the ability to surrender, the ability to have an overall sense of releasing, of ungripping our attention. And this comes with time. It's such a process. And really many people think of meditation as non-body based, as something to do with a general awareness or maybe a mental awareness. Thoughts are given a lot of emphasis, and in TRE we learn what I see as the true foundation of meditation, which is body consciousness. And with that, it's systemic, and in the beginning we have tremors that come easily for many people, and they're gross tremors. What I mean by that is they're obvious, they're very physical, sometimes they're quite vigorous, sometimes even almost violent. I've had neck tremors like that had me a bit scared at first. And all we need to do is let go and the tremors will happen. And they happen in random places. They'll move around. And as we advance in our journey, there comes the ability to put awareness on certain parts of our body, and tremors happen there. And this is a common experience in the beginning stages for many people too, but it's really best to surrender, to get that nervous system pattern of surrender, that brain pattern of surrender really developed. And that carries into life, of course. And more important than applying tension to a certain part of the body is to develop the overall capacity for our consciousness identifying with the body rather than the thoughts, the psychological defenses, this sort of thing. Although here, like you'll see my upper body, personally, I'm playing with this attention moving. Because if I didn't, I would have gentle tremors in this position at this phase of my journey, and for now, this position doesn't produce a lot of tremors for me, and that's okay. I could still just work on the surrendering, and I do that a lot. And here, this is playing with moving the attention a bit. And I actually had a bit of a breakthrough. I unlocked, see here, I'm putting my attention in my hips. I'm sliding out of the way of the camera. But here, yeah, with my shoulders, I'm now moving my attention to my shoulders and having different patterns with my shoulders. It's really beautiful. I've had this pattern. If you watch any of my other videos, you might notice I have this pattern that I call out where my shoulders rotate forward. And here is, in a way, a continuation of that, unlocking of new territory there. So I always get very excited when a new pattern, a new area is unlocked. Though I wouldn't recommend getting attached to it, because this practice is beautiful. Now it'll take us all the way. It'll free us of all our attention. And so there's going to be a lot of discoveries. And just because we have a discovery doesn't mean we're doing it right. And just because we don't have a discovery that we want doesn't mean we're doing it wrong. After all, it's not us doing it, it's the body, and that's what we're learning and developing, and that's what's being taught to us, being shown to us in this process. So yeah, I'm witnessing new kinds of shoulder movements. And frankly, it's been quite a long time. It's been what seems like months since I had a significantly new pattern. This shoulder pattern has been not really changing drastically in 3 or 4 months. And you know what? You can develop your own intelligence with this practice in being able to predict a future release of a pattern. Being able to sense now, like, my shoulders feel like they want to break free. My shoulders feel like they want to do this or that. They want to lift off the ground. See, that's the old pattern right there. If you rewind it 5 seconds, the old pattern was just for them to lift up. So you begin to sense what will happen in the future as tension releases more and more. And I don't recommend to use your effort to necessarily help the tremors express unless it feels natural to do so, because the impulse will eventually break free and a movement will happen naturally. And it took my shoulders 3 months to have a new kind of pattern. But I could tell it would happen. It was inevitable as long as I stayed consistent. All right, wishing you all really well in your practice. See you next time.